Jaya Jaya, redefine masculinity in your own way. I'm not here to give you boxes, okay? I'm here to free your mind, open pathways of possibilities that you haven't experienced before. This beautiful archetype over here, which is one of the archetypes for Shiva, right? Nataraja, he's the cosmic dancer. Look at that. That's one of the expressions of masculinity. If you go and check the 1008 names of Shiva, believe me, there is a lot of diversity. So when somebody comes to me and says, this is what a real man looks like, you know, being stoic like a mountain, not moving, not having emotions, and staying real and true, you know, there is a lot of diversity here. So open your mind and realize that we want to expand and free ourselves, not put ourselves into limiting boxes. How does that feel? So where does this idea that to be a real man, you have to behave a certain way, you have to think in a certain way? Well, there is a big difference between what makes you happy and what society or relationships expect from you. In the eyes of the divine, in the eyes of a mystical being, you can be absolutely everything. The vastness of possibilities is infinite, right? Now, when it comes to relating, for instance, in the context of a relationship, imagine that you're straight, you have a woman, and you want to create what we call polarity, right? So what is going to create polarity is very often that the man is going to embody more masculine qualities and the woman is going to embody a little bit more of her feminine qualities, and that creates polarity. But that's not necessarily what makes you happy. As a man, you can be a child, you can be a mystic, you can be wild, you can be raw, you can be feminine, and express all this vast diversity of qualities. Now, to be able to function in a relationship or in society, you know, if I'm in my inner child and my softness and my beauty, that might make some people uncomfortable. And especially when I'm in a relationship, that's an archetype that I can embody every now and then. I can be in my feelings vulnerable and soft and tender. I can express that every now and then, but if this is the main form that I'm expressing, that's going to be usually a turn off. So in the eyes of the divine, no matter what I do, I'm going to be loved the same. It can be an authentic expression of myself. I can be full on into my feminine expression, into my child expression, into my crazy fool, into my mystic that doesn't give a shit about anything. But then when it comes to the role that I'm playing in society or in a relationship, then there is precisely some modulation that sometimes needs to be adapted and anchored. Those different purposes or those different roles that we can play in life are going to require different qualities and different embodiments. For instance, if I'm in a relationship, there is going to be a certain set of qualities or expressions of myself that are going to work really well for that specific role. Now, if I'm in the mystical vibe, then I need to be able to access my Shakti and my mystical reality. The connection with the divine requires from me to be in a state or in expressions of my masculinity that are going to be sometimes slightly or completely different than what is required from me if I'm working in a bank somewhere and I need to be a businessman. Of course it's going to be different. So think about that, you know, depending on the role, depending on the position that you play or where you are in society, different qualities are going to be more adapted than others for those specific situations. But I tell you what, within the eyes of the divine, you can be whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. This is why I'm not within those trainings, within those immersions with man, to put you within boxes. This is the exact opposite of what we are doing here. We want to free our minds, free ourselves from the limiting beliefs of what we are supposed to be doing and how we are supposed to be doing that. I give you a range of possibilities and skills, and then it's up to you to embody in whatever way you want. Okay? Look, this is a model of polarity, right? Feminine, masculine, darkness and light. When you are at the very core here and able to master the full range of all that, that's what I call the resonance point, right? And this is a certain form of enlightenment or mastery, and that requires for us to be able to explore the different ranges of what it means to be a human being. Okay? Don't limit yourself, stay free.